everyone? What is up? How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome back to another Monday stream. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This stream almost didn't happen. I'm not gonna lie. If my energy is a little bit down today, I'm very sick. The cold, the snow, it's got me. I'm not feeling the best. I almost thought about canceling, but I'm powering through by the power of Tylenol and NyQuil. I am powering through. I'm powering through. Hello, everyone. How's it going? How we doing? Hey. Hello, Kira Lemur Lillian. That was a tongueful for me to say. Kira Lemur Lillian. Welcome. Doing good. I'm doing good. I hope you are as well. Hello, Geronimo. Welcome. Hello, Callie. Hello, Leah. Welcome. Hello, two Leahs. Wow, we got two Leahs in chat? Nice. How are you both doing? How are you doing? Yeah, it's just I'm very the best way that I can kind of describe it now, I guess, is that I just feel a little bit on the weak side. That's maybe the best way for me to put it because like I'm not as stuffy as I was, but I am very weak feeling, weak. But yeah, I'm getting better. I feel much better than I did like 2 hours ago. I was like at the peak of like, oh my god, I feel so horrible. But I feel much better now, so thank you. Hello, how are you doing, Brooke? Welcome. How are you? Soul King Brooke, welcome. I'm trying to move my tablet so I can see my chat because I found out one of my cords that goes to my computer can actually charge my tablet, which is nice because that's what I read chat off of. But yeah, as you guys saw from the title, I am going to be talking about 6 movies that I have watched this year because I wanted to go in depth with some of these movies because I didn't make a video on, let's see, I made a video on 2 of them. And one of them is technically more of like a TV show, but I wanted to throw it in here because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about it. But there's just a couple movies that I wanted to talk about that I feel like if I made a video about it, people wouldn't care because it's kind of out of my range. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. But if you guys saw on the community post section on YouTube, I asked you guys which Precure season should I start watching because I was like, I need to start watching a season. I know Idol's coming soon, so, tell me now so I can get it started. And you guys picked Sweet Precure? I watched the first episode, and I'm not gonna lie, I am in love already. I am already so in love with Sweet Precure. It was just so fantastical. I need to just kind of like yap a little bit about the first episode because I'm doing this thing where I'm vlogging I'm vlogging my opinions on the episodes as I go by, and then I'll make, that into a section of a video where I go and give my entire Precure thoughts about the season. But oh my god, Kaede and I can't remember her name. I just started watching it. Oh, what was her name? Kaede and Hibiki. God, they are so cute. I love their friendship dynamic. They are just so funny. I feel like this is gonna be a really great duo and a really great season. I feel it. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Oh my god, yeah, Mirai Days. I'm tempted to watch it because I want to see the girls again, but I haven't finished Maho Girls yet. I know I'm slacking as a little witch myself, but like, I really want to watch it. Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have Crunchyroll, and I would probably never pay for Crunchyroll, to be fair. Probably. But yeah. If you guys have any movies, by the way, that you want to talk about, give me your opinions about them, let me know, because that's kind of what we're going to be doing in today's streams. So I've got, like I said, 5 movies. Some that you have seen videos about, but I want to go further in with my opinions. And then I have one full, TV show, we'll call it, because it's not quite a movie, but it was impactful enough to me that I was like, I need to talk about this. So if there's any movies that you want to recommend me or anything you want to talk about, any movies that you have opinions on that you watched in 2024, let me know, because the thing is, Some of these movies did not come out in 2024, but I watched them in 2024. So this is not me ranking 2024 movies, but just movies that I watched in the year of 2024. you know. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, Starry Aura, that's you. Okay, gotcha. Wanted to become just Precure and South Korean TV show that started on Tiny Pop in 2007. Oh, nice. Same guys as Balala. Interesting. Oh yeah, I saw what you're talking about. I saw Callie. That's I think I shared a screen cap or something on it on Instagram. It might have been to close friends because I was kind of freaking about it. Hello Daniel, welcome. How are you? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So, I'm gonna put some of these movies and stuff up on screen, and I'm just gonna yap about them. So if you have any thoughts and you wanna yap in the chat as well, please do. Please do. Give me your opinions. So this is the first one that I want to talk about. I made a video about this quite a while ago. I made a movie. On my Markiplier. I made a video talking about Wish. And I have more thoughts about Wish. Now that I have kind of like, let it brew a little bit. And now that Inside Out 2 came out, which I also made a video about, which is also on this list that I want to talk more about, I definitely feel like my opinion has changed a little bit on Wish, and I feel like in the video, I was much nicer about Wish. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's a completely horrible movie or a horrible concept, but compared to Inside Out, when I watched Inside Out 2, I was glued to the screen the whole time. I'm someone who I pick up my phone a lot when, parts of movies and stuff leaves me kind of like, I'm kind of bored. I don't know why my eye's twitching, but yeah, like I kind of tend to pick my phone up and like scroll through like Instagram or something until an interesting part of the movie comes. And then when I watched, like I said, when I was watching Inside Out 2, that didn't happen. I was completely invested the whole time in the movie. Wish, I was literally rearranging my room during Wish. Like, I just listened to it. I did not hardly even like properly watch like the animation portion. Just listening to the story. And that's something that I've realized about it. Is I think I might have been just a little bit too nice about the movie. Like, I don't want to make anyone feel, like, oh, yeah, your movie's horrible. That if you do happen to like it, I don't want to make people feel horrible with it. But genuinely, it wasn't that great. I think everyone can kind of agree it wasn't like the best thing that Disney has ever produced ever, And I have been going back and I've been watching a lot of like the older movies, the older really good traumatizing movies like Bambi. I love the animal ones like Oliver and Company, Fox and the Hound. Those are some of my favorite Disney movies. And I'm sorry, but this does not even feel like a Disney movie compared to the feelings that I got of watching those, and also with Inside Out 2. It just didn't feel like a proper Disney movie, you know? Okay, let's see what you guys say. Let's see, to me, Wish was fine, but I left fully disappointed. Yeah. I agree with that. When I stopped, or when I finished the movie, I was very just kind of like, yeah. I mean, it was a movie. I watched it. But it wasn't, like, fantastical. Like, I didn't leave the theater feeling like I watched a proper Disney movie, I just know the movie from the meme. Yeah. Okay, but a big disappointment. I've seen Wish in theaters, and it's a good movie, but my theater experience is the worst. Oh yeah, crying kids. Oh god, yeah. That's why I tend to not watch Disney movies in theaters, because I will actually get so angry I might leave. Inside Out 2 took me by surprise, especially when it was a prequel to, a sequel to, I can't speak, Pixar's latest franchise of the past decade. I can't speak for some reason. I just want to Wish to have its OG story plot of evil royalty. Oh my god, yes! And the Star Boy. That's the biggest thing. I mentioned this in the video. Genuinely, a lot of people were very disappointed because the Star Boy wasn't in there. And at first, like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And then I thought about it more, and I was like, no, I feel like I have to be on board with that. I kind of wanted the Star Boy. And especially seeing like his design, the concept art, very nice looking character. Definitely would buy like a ton of merch of him. The Star, not so much. Like I went to Box Lunch and I've seen Star like plushies and like bags and stuff. It doesn't do it for me personally. And like Disney's one of those franchises that it likes to make a lot of merch marketed off of, you know, the movies that they're selling and stuff. So I'm like, I don't feel like buying it. Like if there was a pin, I might get a pin, but it has to be a really nice one. It has to be a really, really nice one. Oh yeah, Moana too. See, okay, that kind of ties back to what I said before. I haven't watched Moana 2 yet. When it comes to Disney Plus, I will watch it and I will give you guys a video review of it because I will not go to a movie theater for a Disney movie. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't with the screaming kids because it's always like that. Like when I went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, to be fair, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. A lot of kids are kind of like within the FNAF community, but like this lady brung like 3 like kids from like maybe a toddler to like a teenager, and the toddler and like maybe 7-year-old were just screaming and crying the whole time, and I'm like, dude, this is kind of a horror movie in some sense, you know? It's not like proper horror, it's not like a Saw movie, but it's like there's enough horror elements that maybe you shouldn't bring your scared toddler to this, you know? So yeah, for me, I don't like to go to movie theaters for children's, you know, Disney kind of stuff movies, even though I love those movies. Like, it was just hard. Like, I think I got really lucky when the Mario movie came out because I went and I saw that in theater and there was like nobody but like a couple of like adults, like 20-year-old adults like me. So I felt pretty validated by that, but yeah. Oh yeah, the villain. The king, honestly, I really liked him. I wish that he had a whole, what was the name, like Magnifico? I really wish that he was a better written character, you know, because I really liked him. I don't think that he was quite a horrible person either. Like, you know, he was just trying to protect everybody, but then he got a little bit, you know, swept up in like his magic and ruling the kingdom. I just felt like he didn't really have a proper reason to be a villain, you know? Like, he didn't feel like a villain to me. He felt just like a wayward, you know, king to me, you know? You know what I mean? I see. Oh yeah, give up male interest again? Oh, ooh. Same here, I'm waiting for Moana 2 on Disney Plus, yeah. Yeah, the FNAF movie was 13 plus, and I'm just like, lady, the kids were not there. Like, when I watched FNAF, it was like a couple days after the movie came out, and it was like my family of 4 were all like adults, and then there was like a couple of like, you know, couples there watching it. You could very much tell that they were like, you know, you're like gamer kind of couples and stuff, and they were there watching it, and then it was this woman who had 3 kids. And 2 of them, I feel like, were just a little bit too young to see that movie. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah, Sonic 3 is out. Is that the one with Knuckles in it? Or, no, Shadow, maybe? Or is that the game? See, there's a lot of Sonic stuff that's coming out, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting so confused. Because I know there's a new Shadow game coming out, because I've been seeing all the memes about it. Like, there was one of the Akira slide, and I was like, oh my god, that's kind of traumatizing. If you've seen the meme, you know, but it's a little gory. Ooh, I have a headcanon. If Wish was made in the late 200s, it would have taken the Shrek route of satirizing all Disney, just like Enchanted. Oh, Enchanted was such a good movie. I definitely understand. Yeah, Shadow. Gotcha. But yeah, that's how I feel about Wish. I definitely feel like the story was just so bland. Like, and that one scene, I talked about this in the video. There was one scene, the only scene out of this movie that actually got like a big kind of like emotion from me was just anger at her. I can't remember his name, but her grandfather. He got so upset at her because, you know, she was like, I wanted to find out what your wish was. You know, I wanted to help you grant your wish and whatnot. And, you know, he just got so mad at her for that. And it's like, it's a very innocent thing. Like, you know, I understand feeling, you know, like, well, if your wish is hopeless, then there's no point in, like, wanting to know what it is, you know, if it won't come true. But, like, he was just so, like, his outburst, I was like, there is no need for him to be this angry, you know? Like, it feels like they're trying to make drama where drama really didn't need to happen so that she can go have this crying scene where she runs into the woods and then finds the star. You know, that's what that felt like to me. It was like forced drama. So, you know? Oh yeah, the sequel to Enchanted. I watched that a couple years ago, and to be fair, I didn't love it as much as the first Enchanted. Oh, thank you, my logo. It's by Pow Pow Design. I was like, hey, can you make me like a magical girl, kind of like Sailor Moon-esque cherry blossom logo? And they were like, I got you. It looks amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Ooh, Lolly Rock? I have never seen Lolly Rock, but it's on my list of shows to watch this year. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lolly Rock just had a couple figures drop. And a lot of people were like debating on whether they like them or not, you know? Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I saw them and I was like, pretty colors, I like. But I saw a lot of people critiquing them, saying like, oh, they're kind of ugly. And I'm like, I didn't think they were ugly, but okay. But I am definitely going to watch Lolly Rock sometime here. Okay, let's move on. Since we were talking about it, let's go on to Inside Out 2. This is another movie that I watched this year and I covered this year, and I had a lot of good things to say about it. And genuinely speaking, I think this might be my favorite movie of 2024. This was such a great movie. Genuinely, Inside Out was one of the best Disney movies that I have seen in a long time. I thoroughly loved it. I enjoyed the entirety, you know? Entirety. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I liked Enchanted 2, but not as good as the first one. Yeah. The costuming and the songs are amazing. I agree. I agree with that. Second favorite movie of 2024. Nice. Oh, yeah. Ruined by content farms. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. Oh, yeah, the robot. I need to watch that. That got a lot of really good reviews, too. I've seen a little bit of it, but, you know, like, from reels and stuff. So maybe we need to watch that. Wild Robot, I saw that. I'll mark that on my list of stuff to watch. But yeah, genuinely, God, I loved Inside Out 2. I love the way that it kind of dealt with Riley becoming a teenager and starting to be, you know, a different person, because the first half of the movie kind of leaves you with this impression that, oh, Riley is a good person. She would never do anything wrong. But as she grows up, you know, things are gonna happen, and, you know, she's gonna start, you know, having ideas, and she's like, I want to be popular. I want to fit in. It's a feeling that everyone has when they go to school. You know, that's just how it is when you go to school. You want to fit in. You don't want to seem weird. And, you know, some people really enjoy, you know, like, feeling superior or seen by, you know, like higher classmates. You know, if you're in a team like Riley was, having an older classmate tell you that you did a good job, especially someone that you look up to, is a really big flex. And people really do like have that. Like, you know, it's nice to be praised by someone who's a little bit older than you, especially if you look up to them. And so I understand, like, honestly, that's the biggest thing that Inside Out 2 had over Wish for me, is that I can understand why Riley acts the way that she acts, why she does the way that she does, because she just wants to fit in, you know? And so she's struggling with, you know, anxiety and embarrassment and just kind of like, you know, envy. I don't think she has like I can't remember the proper name in French, but boredom. I think it was ennui. I don't feel like she really was a part of this movie that much, you know? She's just kind of there, but I feel like that's kind of in her character trait, so it's not like too, you know, like big of a deal for me. But you know, Riley's a teen. She's going through a lot of changes, and she's just trying to fit in a place where she feels like, you know, she has to struggle to fit in because it's not elementary school anymore, you know? She's going to middle school, high school, and her friends are leaving her, and I definitely resonated with that part because when I was in high school, when I started high school, all of my friends that I made from middle school and beyond, they literally just all went to different schools. And so I had to go into high school with no close friends and remake friends, and it was really hard, and I never had the same connection again that I had with my friends in 8th grade, and it was really hard. And so this movie hit me maybe personally the most, you know? So I really love the way that it showcased, you know, Riley dealing with her anxiety, but also at the end learning that anxiety is just something that, you know, we're all gonna have, and we're all gonna have some bad traits, you know? We're gonna be selfish at times. That just comes natural to us. We can still be a good person, but still have selfish desires, which doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. You know, I really loved that moral of the story, and genuinely, this became one of my favorite movies of the year, if not my favorite. I just enjoyed this. It was really good, and I really loved Embarrassment. I feel like I feel you. I feel you. Let's see, left me in awe, but a bit in tears too. Yeah, definitely. I loved Inside Out too. One thing I think that could, I'm trying to like read, my tongue's not working today. I loved Inside Out too. One thing I think that could have had was another emotion, pride. Yeah, I definitely feel like pride was there, whether they put in that emotion or not, you know, because honestly, Riley was pretty prideful a lot during this movie, especially during a lot of the hockey practices, and like she was very prideful whenever, you know, she got praised by the seniors. So I definitely feel like I agree with that, because whether they had an emotion in there or not, she definitely was prideful throughout the movie. Where was I at? I actually care for Riley in the sequel. Yeah, exactly. Props to Kingston Tallman, she's going places. Let's see. Oh yeah, one thing I love is the whole concept of the movie, and shame as an emotion was an interesting concept. Yeah, I loved him. I love him. He's just a big softie, you know? Does the sequel earn the, covered by heart, the title as the new highest grossing animated film of all time? Yes. Oh, really? Does it? Does it really? That's interesting. That's interesting. I really like the characters too. Like, that's the thing about Inside Out, is I am someone who I really love color. I love rainbows, and they're all so colorful, and personally, just color-wise, I think Envy is my favorite because I just love this blue color. It's just so cute. It's like this teal color. I love the colors. I love it. It's such a colorful, fun movie, and I really like that. Oh, 1.699 million? Oh my god. Frozen 2 used to hold it? Wow. Frozen 2 was a really good movie. I heard that there was a Frozen 3 coming, and I think a Shrek 5? Crazy. Like, honestly, a little off topic, I thought Shrek 4 was not that great. I did not like Rumpelstiltskin. I did not like the whole, like, you know, do the roar or whatever. I didn't love that one, so I'm like, if they ended it at 3, I would have been perfectly fine. Like, I love Shrek, but I love the original Shreks, you know, like where it was kind of like supposed to be more of like a, you know, animation for adults, because there's a lot of like jokes and stuff in the movie that aren't kid friendly, but then it got picked up by Disney and like kids and stuff, and then it kind of started becoming more, you know, like kid friendly, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, it doesn't embody what Shrek, you know, the first one really was. The third one with King Arthur, it was okay, not one of my favorites. 2 was obviously fantastic, but I love Shrek. Shrek is always gonna hold a very big place in my heart. I watched it as a kid, didn't understand any of the jokes. Grew up and I was like, bro. Whoa. Ice Age 6. Oh my god. I stopped watching after the second one. I think it's the second one. The one where they had like the little baby. That's the one where I quit watching after the baby. Even though I do love Sid the Sloth, because my favorite animal is a sloth, and Sid is like one of the most, like popular sloths, besides I guess the one from Zootopia, which I don't count that much because he just kind of annoyed me. I really like Sid though, I love his humor and whatnot. Yeah, the plot was Wonderful Life of a Shrek, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Inside Out was genuinely one of my favorites. Okay, this next one actually, maybe I might catch some heat for this one, but I didn't like it. We're gonna talk about was, I can pull it up. Oh, why is that so big? Hey, wait. Let me not spoil it and make it a little bit smaller. Oh my god, yes, we do stand with Sid the Sloth. Why is this so big? I'm shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and it does not wanna... Oh my god, how big is... Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Here, wanna go over there? Wanna go over there? There you go. Beetlejuice 2. Maybe I'll catch heat for this. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. As someone who really loved the first Beetlejuice, I didn't like Beetlejuice 2. I didn't like it. Yes, because yeah. So the only reason I didn't really love this one is mostly because the villains just didn't feel like the villains. You know? That's the problem with this. Like, I was really hyped for this movie because one, they brought back the original cast. They brought back Kathy, they brought back Wiona, and genuinely, I think that Jenna is the absolute perfect person to be the daughter of Lydia Dietz. Perfect, perfect person. But the problem with this movie is, I'll move out of the way for a little second. Or actually, you know what? Let me enhance. So, the villain of this movie is this lady right here. She is like this, I see a lot of people saying that they don't know anything about this movie. So basically, this lady is the villain, and she was an ex-wife of Beetlejuice. And basically, she was trying to kill him. She wanted to get married to him just to kind of kill him. So she's kind of got this, like, the best way that I can describe it is just infatuation with him, where she loves him, but also wants to kill him. And she's also like a cult leader, and so Beetlejuice is the one who kind of ends up killing her instead and locks her in this box. But then she gets free on accident, and the whole movie is hunting Beetlejuice. But the problem is, she just like, it's only every once in a while where she pops up. She hardly ever plays a real role in the movie as a villain. She just kind of like comes in and like she just barely misses Beetlejuice. Like, it's literally like they will like walk in, but like, an invisible wall will like separate them. It's just like comedic in a way, but it's also like, for someone who seems very scary enough that she had to be locked away, cut into pieces and locked away, she does not feel like a villain. She's just kind of there. She's very easily defeated. And I want to see if I have the other guy in here. There's the other guy. Is this him? It's so small, I can't really tell. No. Oh, here he is, back here. If you see the guy over here by, like, the worm. Oh, that's me. This little guy sitting on the house back there, that's the next person we're gonna be talking about. So let me move this over, even though it's hard to kind of see it now. Let's shrink this a bit more. But yeah, so this guy, he is the love interest to Astrid, who is Jenna, who is also Astrid, who is Lydia Dietz's daughter. And so basically, the reason I hate this guy is because he felt like the villain. He really felt like he was going to be the villain of this movie, and then he ended up just sucking, like really bad. because his whole thing is that he's, in this house, and Astrid sees him and she's like, hey, what's up? They kind of connect, being misunderstood teenagers, and she starts to kind of like have this little crush on him. She goes over to Halloween with him, and then it's revealed that, hey, I'm actually a ghost. Then we find out that he's not just any ghost. He's in this house and he can't leave this house because he's a tortured soul, because he murdered his parents and he's evil, and now he's trying to murder Jenna, basically, or sorry, Astrid in the movie, by switching souls with her. So she dies and he gets his life back. And he was such a good villain because of that. But they just kind of like killed him very quickly. And it was not satisfying to watch him die. The only good parts of this movie was really seeing Astrid's, that's hard to say, her dad reconnect, because Lydia is like a psychic medium now, and she was married, but then her husband and her got a divorce, and then he died, and so Astrid hates her mom because she thinks that the mom didn't try to stop the divorce or anything. And honestly, it just doesn't really explain this family dynamic very well. There's a lot of problems with this movie. There's a lot of problems. It does not properly, like connect like the father in there. He's just kind of like an afterthought until they have to see him. But then, they see the father in the underworld, where he's dead, because they have to go in to the underworld to save Astrid from dying. And then also the stepmom, who is redhead, if you don't know, she actually dies in this one. And the father dies in this one too, from the original movie. So it's just like a lot of really weird stuff that doesn't quite make sense. But the worst part of this movie was at the end. There's this really weird scene where Beetlejuice is trying to once again marry Lydia, even though she's an adult now. He's still trying to marry her. She has a kid, he doesn't care, he still wants her. And so he's trying to marry her. And at the ceremony, there's this weird song that he's singing, and everybody is like possessed, where they're like throwing flowers and dancing and whatnot. And then at some point they're frozen, and then they're just kind of like, Beetlejuice and Lydia are just kind of like circling in the air. And it's just like the weirdest fever dream that I've ever seen. It is horrible. I hate it. It's not even funny. Like, if it was funny, I would understand it. It's not. It's confusing. And yeah, I didn't like it. I loved the first movie. I didn't like this one. And I really think that they had a good plot going with them. Like, maybe if you took out the entire character of this Beetlejuice ex-wife woman, because she really had nothing to do with the plot whatsoever. She did not advance the plot in whatever way. If you kept with the murderer kid and like actually made him like a kind of scary, boss, and had this more focused on Astrid, because the sequel here, it's more focused on Lydia than it is on Astrid. She's just kind of off doing her own thing, and Lydia's doing her own thing, but the movie focuses more on Lydia, which I don't mind since she's our main character, from the first movie. But I feel like Astrid just was kind of there to be like a teenager who's got like emotional problems, and that's kind of it. Like, genuinely, it would be nice if we could see them interact with each other, because she's embarrassed because her mom is the quote-unquote famous Lydia Dietz, the psychic, and she's embarrassed because people make fun of her because her mom's a psychic, and nobody believes that she's a psychic. She can talk to ghosts, we've established that in the first Beetlejuice. But it's just like, it's just weird. It's just very, very weird. I did not like it. Yeah, it was divided, I can tell. Like, there are parts of this movie I really enjoyed, but overall, I would just rate it as confusing. It was just weird and confusing. It wasn't, like, funny. It was confusing, That's what I would say. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Honestly, Jenna had a perfect role here, and I wish they would have gave her more. Genuinely, I really liked how she played Astrid. So, I don't have anything bad to say about Jenna Ortega's performance in this. I just didn't love her character, I think she played her character perfectly, but her character was just kind of there to me. Hello, Miley. Welcome. How are you doing? Switch 2 gets. There's another Switch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I saw that she was Eleanor of Avalor, if I can say it right. Even though Tim Burton is not what he used to be, at least he admitted working on Dumbo. The remake that was not fun. I feel that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This is another one. Okay, this one might also be a hot take because I didn't actually love this one as much as I thought I would. And I think it's time to finally say that because I didn't make a video about this movie. It's Barbie. I'm sorry. People are already gonna be offended. I didn't love this movie like I thought I was gonna. That's the thing. I didn't love it like I thought I was gonna love it. Don't get me wrong, it's still very high up on my list. I just watched it this year, or last year, 2024. I watched Barbie. But genuinely, this movie was so hyped up by the internet. This movie was everywhere. Everything was Barbie themed. You go into stores, everything is like marketed for Barbie. You go to like, you know, any sort of like, you know, show, they're making Barbie references like SNL, I'm just Pete. Probably shouldn't sing that whole song, but you know, this movie was everywhere. The memes, the outfits, the hype for this movie, especially being a bubbly pink movie alongside of Oppenheimer, was absolutely just crazy. It was iconic. And genuinely, I've seen people saying like, what was it? It was Wicked and something else that was supposed to like coming at the same time. I think it was supposed to be like Wicked and then Deadpool Wolverine. I saw people saying this is gonna be the next Barbieheimer. No, it was not. Anyway, it did not feel the same because Barbie was everywhere. Like, I agree, Wicked is kind of on that same, you know, wavelength, but Barbie was bigger. Barbie is Barbie. This girl has done it all. All. So yeah, genuinely, I did not expect what this movie gave to us. I thought this was going to definitely be, you know, a self-reflection, you know, Barbie taking a look at herself and realizing this isn't what I want in life, and then, you know, trying to find herself, which definitely is a part of the plot. But I just feel so confused, you know, about Barbie world and then the human world. It just feels so weird to me. It's like I had a hard time wrapping it around my head because, you know, it's like these are real people in Barbie land and they're like kind of segregated from like the mortal world, I guess. You know, like, where is Barbie world? They have to go through this long, funny sequence of getting to, like, quote-unquote, the mortal realm from Barbie world. And, like, they're real people, but they're also dolls and toys. Like, I don't know, it just kind of, like, was weird to me. Oh, yeah, it was Gladiators. Gladiator, not, Wolverine and Deadpool. Gladiator, that's what it was. Yeah, definitely was not a Barbieheimer. Definitely was not. On the track, but not a Barbieheimer. But yeah, like, the movie was very confusing to me. Like, genuinely, I love the ending where Barbie realizes that, you know, I gotta make, you know, what I want. You know, I gotta do what I want. And what I want is to not be your stereotypical pink, happy, blonde Barbie. You know, I want something more, but I also don't quite understand what I want. And that's what I took from the movie, is she's like, I want something, but I don't quite understand what it is yet. So I'm just gonna try different things to find out who it is that I am and what I really want in the world, you know? And so that's when she, you know, starts working at a company. Honestly, I feel like I have a hard time seeing Barbie, you know, this Barbie especially, working at a company. And I don't know, I just feel like it was so confusing. Like, the morals I got, obviously, I got the morals, but like, genuinely, the whole Barbie land thing confused me. It really confused me. Like, when I first saw this movie, my theory was that, you know, like, the Barbie land is just like dolls. You know, it's dolls. Like, some kid has this like set of dolls and a house, and then one day she like comes to life or something, or like they escape, and you know, it's like, because I feel like that would explain, you know, the different Barbies and everything. But like, it's just the way that they explain the Barbie, like the Barbie White. I saw the Snow White comment and then I was like, Barbie White. The way that they explained the Barbie world situation, that was weird. I did see the Snow White trailer. I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel very hyped for it. The dress is so bland. Like, genuinely, we have not had many good dresses. Maybe I'll talk about this. Would you like to see this in a video? Because genuinely, the only two Disney princesses live action that I think were really, really good was Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. Like, I saw a lot of people were really mad about Sleeping Beauty, but it's more Maleficent. But the time period was so good. The one thing I really hated about the live action Beauty and the Beast is the dress was awful. It was awful. It was not what Belle would wear. But that dress at the end, the white flowery dress, was so much better than the iconic Belle yellow dress. Like, bruh. Bruh. Okay, let's see. Let's read some of the comments. Looks fun, but the story and themes give me whiplash. Gotcha. For me, it wasn't really. It wasn't really for me. That's why I haven't seen it. But I do congratulate the crew. Yeah, exactly. This is such like a high, like film. Like, this film got so much love. It's earned so much money, and genuinely, it was a good movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but to me, it's one of those movies that it didn't leave a lasting impact for me personally. I do notice that the story and the plot wanted to emulate the feeling of the original Muppet. Oh, I haven't seen that. I don't really like the Muppets. They kind of scare me. I'm kind of scared of puppets. I watched a video of Modern Girls where she explained that there's not really a good scene where Barbie enjoys the real world and she suffers. Exactly. The only good scene that I remember from the real world with Barbie in it was when she's talking to the old woman. A lot of people talked about how good that scene was, and I agree. Where, she's like, oh, so beautiful to this older woman, because genuinely that was so beautiful. Seeing, that woman girl power was beautiful, because Barbie is someone who just naturally has a very kind heart. And I'm sure that, this older woman has never heard, like someone call her beautiful in her old age from, such a place of just warmth. Genuinely, it's beautiful because, I do feel like that was a big thing that did impact me because, we girls tend to try to look our prettiest, but obviously we're gonna age one day. And having just someone just beautifully compliment you, say, you're beautiful, it means a lot. It really means more than I think people really, understand. So that was the one scene of the movie where I was like, this is it. This is what I watched this movie for. And if you're like, what is this movie about, and you haven't watched it, this movie is very much like girlhood / womanhood and very woman empowering movie, which I hope it would be for Barbie. But one of the problems that I did have with this movie is I really wish that they explored more with like the jobs, Like, you had different jobs in the movie. Like, you had President Barbie, but a lot of it was just like beach Barbies, party Barbies, happy, regular, poppy, princessy type of cute Barbies. Barbie is one of those characters who can do anything and be anything. And that's honestly, I think if they had used that plot of Barbie can be anything, because she's a doll. She can be anyone. She can be anything she wants to be. I feel like using that to give, our Margot Robbie Barbie a sense of like, I can be anything, but what do I want to be? I feel like that would have made the movie for me, because, often we tend to, get assigned something. Like, one of the biggest things that resonated with me for this movie was that when we were in high school, we had to take a quiz to see what we would be good at life and then apply to like those kind of skills, and that's the job that we were going to have in the future. And it really impacted my life and a lot of other people's, because now, we're like, oh, I know that I'm going to be good at this, so I can only work at jobs where I do this. Like, I got a job that was like creative, so something with like writing. So I've only ever really, fully considered doing something with writing, which I do love it. But it's just one of those things where like, when you're told you have to be like this, and if that just doesn't feel right to you, it feels like your world is shattering when you have to kind of branch out and find, like, what do I really want to do? This is what I was made to do, but I don't want to do it, you know? Like, that was a very iconic part of the movie, not gonna lie. I just wish that they really focused on that more. That was my one big beef with it, you know? Let's see. Oh my god, yes. Margot Robbie is the only Barbie. I don't think anyone else could have played Barbie the way that Margot played Barbie. Like, Margot is one of my favorite actors. Like, Sue Squad, Harley Quinn. Ooh, I love Harley Quinn. I just think she's an amazing actor. Oh yeah, the teenage girl was so mean. She was so mean to her mom. Yeah, she never even, like, really considered anything, which, to be fair, she's a teen. But, like, she's just so mean, you know, and her mom was just so kind. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But that's my Barbie rant. Speaking of Harley Quinn. I haven't seen the second one, but I did want to talk about this movie. This is why I'm making a stream so I can yap about it, because I know nobody would actually care about it if I made a video about it. But I did finally watch the first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Genuinely, I kid you not, one of the best movies. Not Disney related, really. Just, you know, whatever movie, just in general, movies that I saw this year. This was such a good movie. And, like, I'm someone who I love the superhero movies. I don't talk about it a lot because obviously my channel is more like cutesy Disney magical girl, but I love, like, superhero movies. I'm more of a Marvel fan than I am DC, but Batman will always bring me back. I have always loved Batman. Batman is the only DC like, character franchise that I only really care about. Like, I watched the Wonder Woman movies. I forgot what it was like 1984 maybe? Can't remember the exact date. No, that feels like it was like 1930 something. It was one of the World Wars. I can't remember, but I really liked that movie, but it wasn't super impressionable. I don't like Superman. I don't like him. I don't love Green Lantern. Okay, I'll say this. I do really like Aquaman simply because of Jason Momoa. If it wasn't Jason Momoa, I would not be watching any Aquaman thing. To be fair, I did think that the second Aquaman... No, sorry, I'm thinking of Wakanda. Never mind. Backtrack, I'm thinking of Wakanda 2 with the mermaid guy. I really liked Wakanda 2. I didn't put this one on my list, but that was a really good movie, and I saw a lot of people really hated it. I liked it. I loved it. But yeah, Batman is one of those series that I will always gravitate towards too. I don't really care for DC. I'm a Marvel person, but I loved this movie. This was amazing. It really is. Hello, Maddie. How are you? Batman Precure. Oh my god. What if? What if? Yeah, true. I grew up being told what my life should be, but I want to figure out things by myself. That is exactly what I wish that the Barbie movie had really driven home. That's the one issue that I had with the movie. But anyway, with this movie, Joker, this is so good. If you don't like a little bit more, you know, action gore type of, you know, series, this one might not be for you. But genuinely, this was amazing. Like, I loved how Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker, because the Joker is someone who is, you know, he's had a very hard life, literally from birth. You get to see his mental struggle, his mental anguish. This is just someone who has had the roughest of the rough kind of like life, you know? He's doing his best, he's trying to fulfill his dreams. It just doesn't work. He gets made fun of, you know, it's so hard to watch because, you know, it's like, I feel like a lot of this movie, in my opinion, kind of showcases, you know, like people laughing at those with, you know, mental disabilities, you know. That's a big portion of it, is that he's not mentally well and people are just laughing at him for it, making fun of him for it. And I think that's just horrible, you know? Like, genuinely, I think this movie was one of my favorites. Like, just seeing him finally break down after how horrible the world has treated him, to where he turns into the Joker and he starts to get his revenge. It was so good. It was just like, it was beautiful. Like the stair scene here, beautiful. beautiful scenery, beautiful music, and like the way that like he kind of like as the viewers we think that he is like falling in love with this woman, she's got this kid, and she's reciprocating. As the viewer we see those two like reciprocating feelings for each other, when in actuality it shows us she does not even really know him. They had one interaction, and in his mind he kind of created this whole like delusion that these two were very close. And so he breaks into her apartment basically, and she's frightened. She grabs her kid and she's like, you need to get out of here, you need to get out of here. It's one of those movies that it kept you on your toes the whole time. I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see the second one. I know Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn, which I'm excited for because I love Harley Quinn and I love Lady Gaga. So I want to see it so bad. It is going to be hopefully one of my favorites. But yeah, this was one of those movies that I think, if you've watched it, it's a great movie. Absolute great movie. Oh, I'm creating an anime series that's related to Precure, and guess what? You might see Flora. Oh, and all of the Precures again. Interesting. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we have one more, and this is the one that isn't actually a movie, but it was so impactful to me that I wanted to talk about it, which is Marvel's Agatha All Along. I don't know why it's so big. Let me just like resize real quick because it's huge. This is one of the best things that I have seen Marvel TV show wise since WandaVision, and it's kind of like a sequel to WandaVision. Like, okay, let me put my hat on. Oh, my hat on for this one. Gotta get my hat on for this one because I too am a witch. But this is the best Marvel TV show that I have seen since WandaVision. WandaVision was so good. It was amazing from start to finish. I loved it. And I don't want to spoil anyone or anything, but finding out that this guy over here that I found him right here when I'm poking with my hat, I found him very annoying at first because I was like, dude, what the heck are you doing here? Why are you such an Agatha fanboy? Finding out that he's actually one of the twins, one of Wanda's twins? That's crazy. But this movie, or the series, was fantastic. I'm not completely done with it yet. I've got like an episode and a half to watch left. But this was really good. The song was amazing. I loved Agatha. I genuinely loved her. Like, I tried to watch, I think it was called The Falcon, Winter Soldier. Couldn't get into that one. She-Hulk, couldn't get into that. Like, I dropped that episode 1. The only other thing Marvel TV show-wise is I really do enjoy the What If. I love Marvel's What If series. It is so good. I think because it's animated, it's really fun, and you can do a lot more with like animated content than you can really with like actors having to use CGI. Like, I just really love it. But oh my god, this was great. This was great. There's a lot of really good Marvel things. Like, I think it was this year that I watched Shazam. I can't say. I can never say that. Shazam. Shazam. Said it finally. There's too much in it, but yeah, I watched that one. It was great. I loved it. The second one I enjoyed. Wasn't as great as the first one, but I really enjoyed those two. I'm trying to think of like other Marvel movies that I watched this year. I'm blanking because there's a lot. I have not seen Spider-Man. I'm not a Spider-Man. Sorry. I know everyone is like fangirling over like Tom Holland and Zendaya, especially now that I heard that they got engaged, or they at least saw rings and stuff at like the Met Gala. And like, I know a lot of people will watch Spider-Man simply because of those two. I've just never liked Spider-Man. The one with Andrew Garfield where he doesn't catch Gwen in time and her body bounces off the ground as he finally does shoot the web out to catch her, that traumatized me. And so I tend to not really watch Spider-Man anymore because that one traumatized me. But oh my god. Real quick, Wakanda 2 was absolutely great in my opinion. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know a lot of people hated the underwater, you know, kind of tribe, but I really liked it. I don't like that they killed off my girl, the queen. I don't like it. Rest in peace. Angela Bassett. Love her, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's hard because Chadwick was just such a perfect I almost said Iron Man, what the heck? Not Tony Stark. Oh my god. Why can I remember? Black Panther was such a great Black Panther, and I know that they have said that they're not going to replace him, which I'm very proud of, because I feel like Disney is one of those companies, they're a little bit greedy. I feel like they would have, and I do feel like they are trying to kind of replace him in a way, because it does feel like the sister is building up to become the next Black Panther, but just kind of different, which I understand. You know, you don't want this franchise to completely die out because, you know, of an actor, but Chadwick was just such a perfect actor, absolute perfect Black Panther, that it's hard to even go back and rewatch it. And I love Black Panther. That was such a good movie. Such a good movie, but I know a lot of people didn't like the second one. I did. I liked it, so there. Ooh, I saw a meme where they explained that Tom Holland knows ballet, and someone said that if they that if they were Zendaya, they would ask him to dance all day. Mood. Like, honestly, I think that's probably true, because like there's this skit, I can't remember if it's SNL or some other like show, but he's like doing this umbrella show, you know, dressed up like what's it called, Umbrella by Rihanna, that song, you know, under my umbrella, Ella Ella A, that it's fantastic, it's hilarious, it's funny, it's great. If you haven't seen it, look it up, it's great. But yeah, those are just a few of my favorite movies and shows, I guess. This isn't technically a movie, but those are a couple of things that I watched this year that I wanted to either one, talk about more, or just talk about in general, because I know some people wouldn't care if I made a video analyzing Beetlejuice 2. That's not really what people come for on my channel, but I wanted to talk about it because I have a lot of feelings about it. And real quick before we end off, I am starting my third draft of my book. I haven't gave a book update in a while. I am on the third draft. I started this book in 2023, and I wrote the first draft 2023. My editor looked over it at the end of 2023, and they were like, oh, can you revise this a lot? And so I went in 2024 revising the plot, and I didn't even get to the end before I was like, no, this isn't quite what I want. So now it's the beginning of 2025, and I am completely, like, I will release the first draft of the book to show you guys just how much I have rewritten the book. It is completely rewritten. Like, some of the characters don't exist anymore. Some of the characters who are supposed to come later come at the beginning now. And it's such a different feel. Like, I went from making this book a little bit more lighthearted to definitely more on the like dark academia kind of side, because I felt that would definitely fit the vibe that I'm working for. But I wanted to give in a little book update and just tell you guys, because I haven't in a while. But I am still working on it. I'm completely rewriting it from scratch. Like, my main character has always been the biggest problem, and I finally found what I want my main character to be. And like I said, I will not release the book until I think that it is 100% perfect. But my editor read over my my draft now, and basically they were like, yeah, this feels the most solid that I have seen yet. Like, they didn't even see the second draft because I was like, no, this doesn't feel right anymore. I need to go back and redo this. So that's your book update. I am on chapter 2. I'm still kind of writing out my planner though, because like I said, I just I'm erasing a couple characters from the book entirely, and without them, I just kind of have to like make up something else, you know, a replacement in a way. But the main reason why I'm rewriting instead of just like going back to the second draft is because I completely changed my main character's personality. Like, she went from someone who was just very kind of like indifferent to everything to someone now who she basically hides her feelings, and I call it masking in the book, but she has this thing called her mask where, you know, whatever someone wants her to be is what she'll be. If they want her to be funny, she'll be funny. If they want her to be cheerful, she'll be cheerful. If they want her to be smart, she'll, you know, study, read up, and be smart. She's a people pleaser to an extreme. And so because of that, I have to completely rewrite the book because her, you know, the way she thinks now is completely different. The way that she talks now is completely different. And also, like I said, a lot of characters are getting wrote out of the book, and some of them, the order that they appear in the book is being completely rearranged. Like, I have a character that I have not even spoke about yet, who was supposed to be a surprise character that comes in at the end. They are now coming in the second chapter. So yeah, that's your book update. I just wanted to give a book update because I haven't in a while, but like I said, I want this to be as perfect as I can make it. I want it to be something that I can be proud of, and that takes some time, you know. But anyway, that's your book update. Yeah, I've been writing this book for quite a while. For me, my movie highlights were Wicked and Sonic. Oh yeah, I haven't seen Wicked yet. If you guys want to see my review on it, if I do watch it, let me know. Just not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a big musical fan. Never really cared for Wicked. Wicked was not my favorite. Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, Waitress, those are my favorites. But maybe I can get into it. I don't know. I know that Cynthia and Ariana are really great. You know, what's the word? Broadway kind of singers, even though I don't know if Ariana's been on Broadway. I don't know that much about Ariana Grande, to be fair. I've never been like a huge fan necessarily. I like her music, but I'm not like someone who really would keep up with her life. But from what I've heard, people are like, yeah, this is perfect. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye bye! Bye bye!